How's it going, everyone? It's Juan Romero here from Switchwatch. Hope you're all doing well. I've got a review today of Guns, Gore and Cannoli 2. Let's see if this one's worth your hard-earned cash. Remember to hit that subscribe button for all your latest reviews and for your chance in August to win Octopath Traveler. You're looking for something summer related in one of our videos. Be the first one to comment on that video and you win the game. Let's get on with the review of Guns, Gore and Cannoli 2. The original Guns, Gore and Cannoli was released on Steam over 3 years ago, but only saw its debut on the Switch in 2017. Now, if you've never played the first game, the story here continues from that. This time, Vinny has been kidnapped by a couple of thugs and have tied him up in the basement. Now, these two guys work for the Dark Dawn, and as you fight your way out of the basement, this is personal and your journey begins to track down the Dark Dawn. The story is funny in places and it's also very stereotypical, but it never encroaches on being offensive. I think the devs did a decent little job in the implementation of the story, even though it's not the main draw of the game. It's good though that it's here, and it certainly does a nice job of taking Vinny on a journey from place to place. In terms of the gameplay then, this game is a run and gun game where you'll be using the left stick to control Vinny's movement and the right stick to give you a full 360-degree movement in where you can aim to shoot your weapons using the right trigger button. The left trigger is used to jump, and it's really that simple. The twin stick controls work really well. The game is really satisfying, blasting all enemies and seeing limbs fly all over the screen from Nazis, zombies, but it's mobsters and cops here in this iteration that you'll face the most. Everything feels satisfying, especially when you aim your little gun sight, which is really helpful for those headshots. You can turn this option off though if it annoys you. The main mode is the campaign mode, and being able to play this mode with friends locally or online, and after that though there isn't much else in terms of modes, which is a real shame. I think a lot could have been added here, like a survival mode perhaps, or online leaderboards is another suggestion, but that's just my thoughts. You can go back and play your favourite chapters and play them back on easy, normal, hard or impossible difficulties. Now there's all sorts of dangers, from bullets which you have to dodge, cars that will come on the screen that you have to take down, Molotov cocktails being thrown at you, and all sorts. So it's the enemies which provide a nice bit of variety, as they also carry all sorts of weapons which when picked up are nice and satisfying to use. Once you collect a good few weapons, it's nice and easy to swap one to another using a wheel where you can cycle through the options holding down L and cycling using that analog stick. I loved using the flamethrower and burning enemies alive. The shotgun is also always one you can count on. If you want to conserve ammo though, you can use melee combat, and it has a place here. You can use a baseball bat or a chainsaw to either batter enemies or tear them up, which is always fun if you're into that kind of on-screen violence. The reality is though that weapons is what keeps this game fresh, because beyond the running and shooting or differing enemies, there isn't much else to it. Not to say that it's not fun, it just gets a tad repetitive. Controlling Vinny is a joy. You can jump, double jump and roll to dodge, and traversing the platforms, staircases and jumping down ledges is done with ease. It really does feel like a tight game to control and play. Now the co-op mode does allow up to 4 players, both locally and online, which is a great little option to have. Unfortunately, I didn't have any friends with this game at the time of review, so I couldn't test the online mode. There is a nice roster of characters to choose from, but makes no difference to the actual gameplay which one you choose. If you want this as a solo experience, you'll have a great time, but adding a friend is also fun, with a range of difficulty options to choose from, so you can make it as hard or as easy as you like. In terms of audio, the music is set to the period and fits the game rather well. Massive props here for implementing decent voice acting. Yes, it's a little over the top, but it's all good fun. The sound effects, especially with the different guns, is also good, and I enjoyed the game all the way through without the audio getting stale. Now visually, the devs have done a good job. Whilst moving from area to area, each place felt different. I enjoyed it. It seemed like, you know, when there was nowhere to go, a boulder would crash through the wall or a car would break down a wall, making a new space for you to go through. Seeing the inside and outside of the buildings at the same time and all of its innards, rubble and wood offers really nice detail and makes the game feel really rather immersive. This is one of those times though that I preferred playing this game in handheld. It just fits really well. Works so well on the Switch real estate also. Each section looked nice and different, the animations were good, and it did keep it from getting stale too quickly. The game performs well, although I did notice, especially when the Switch was docked that there was missed frames, which was a little bit of a shame. It did stutter here and there. What impressed me though was all those little details. There's always an enemy hiding somewhere ready to take you down, the explosions, the effects, bullets flying across the screen, and vehicles and lots of mobs make it feel like the action's always happening. The cutscenes also do a nice job of breaking things up between levels, and the game is strong in this department. I did like how it kept within the period. In terms of value then, you're getting about 3 hours for your £8.99, so the game is short, there's no doubt. There are no real upgrades here either, just differing weapons that you'll find, which I don't really have an issue with, but for some they may see that as lacking depth. In summary then, this game is one that you can pick up and play with no issues. The twin stick control scheme fits the Switch perfectly and feels natural. It's a game where you can put in a few hours and enjoy every moment. It's not going to take you long to complete, and it's one that doesn't require much thinking, and we all need a game like that from time to time. Yes, it can feel repetitive after a while, but the game never outstays its welcome, and for the price, it's pretty easy to recommend. A 7.5 out of 10. Now guys, if you enjoyed this review, then do us a favour, hit that like button. Really do appreciate it. Remember that you can win Octopath Traveler. You're looking for something in our videos in August that's something to do with summer. If you find that hidden thing, be the first one to comment on that video, timestamp where you saw it, and you'll win Octopath Traveler. So be sure that you're subscribed so you know when all of our videos go live. Now, leave me a comment on this one. Let me know what you think of the review or the game itself and whether you're thinking of purchasing it. You know that we always like to hear from you here at Switchwatch. Guys, hope you've enjoyed the review. My name is Juan Romero from Switchwatch. I'll see you again on the next one.